How you doing today, my friends? Mr. Green here, and we are working on part 2 of this DIY chicken coop. I took a couple days off, haven't done anything. Last thing you guys seen was the roof, and now I'm working on finishing insulating and closing the inside in. So I insulated down at the end, which I really didn't need to do, but I had extra insulation. 90% of the roof is rock salt. I was actually 2 panels short, so I ended up putting pink down right near the house, which is fine. So then it's all vapor barriered, and then I'm using the same thing as I use for the roof because it's easy to wipe down. I'm using that on the ceiling, and I'm debating on doing the whole inside with that white stuff. I have a whole bunch of it. It'll just make it easy to wipe down the walls and stuff like that. So that's kind of what the plan is right now. So I've got to get this last panel in at the top. I am going to leave the little gable end open down there. And I am going to leave it open up here because in the front here, obviously there's going to be paneling and stuff on here, but I'm going to have 2 vents up at the very top here just to allow air to circulate. So, but yeah, it's really coming along now. I got to get this last panel installed, and then I'm going to try to close in the rest of the outside. I still have to build the door over there, cut these panels out, and get the front done. So there's still quite a bit more to go. Yeah, I'll bring you back here once I get a little bit further. Okay guys, well, I got the nesting box pretty much all constructed. I built it out of 2x4s. Reason being is I want to be able to insulate it too so my eggs don't freeze. You know, basic, I did 22.5-degree angle, and then I still got to build the top door for it, then the OSB that goes into the front there. So yeah, it's pretty simple. I still need to skin the outside and insulate it, but and I got the window cut out here too, and so right now I am cutting the piece for the front of the house here, so or the front of the coop I should say. So I'm just going to cut it the length and width, and then cut my angles on it and install it. So then after that everything will be closed in, and then I'm going to do, I don't have the 2x4s for the door over there, but the store's been closed because of the Canada long weekend, and but I do have enough to skin the outside of that and possibly build a lid for that too. So that's the project at hand, so we'll be back here in a minute. Okay guys, started covering the nesting box, and then I got the front covered, got it insulated and vapor barriered on the back. I got the chicken door taken out, and it's now paneled on the front too. So yeah, pretty simple. I had to cut about an inch I think off the side of this to get these panels to fit in between, and I still got to build the guillotine door. I got to come up with a track system for the panel that I cut out down there, and then some pulleys too, or a pulley to be able to open it from outside here. So it'll probably I'll probably make it so it comes up in the side of the fascia here, and I'll be able to pull that down. So, but yeah, it's coming along slowly. I still got to build the ramp coming down, trim all the corners, trim the window, build the door on the other side. So yeah, there'll still be quite a bit more to this part 2, because I don't want to make these like, you know, 10 different videos parts. It gets to be a lot. So yeah, I'll come back here once I get a little bit more done. Okay my friends, I am now working on the door on the other side. I did get the inside of the nesting box insulated. I have one more panel to put on there and finish the roof, but I need to get hinges first. So I'm just finishing this door up, and then I'm going to run to the hardware store and get the hinges that I need. But so for the door, it's just basic framing. You know, I think there's 1 foot between the spaces, so all this is going to be insulated now, and then I'm going to cut the back piece and put it on. So and then yeah, like I said, I'll run to the hardware store and get some hinges, and then I'll bring you back and you can kind of see how everything looks. Obviously all this has to be trimmed out after too, so you don't see any of these edges, but yeah, alright, well, we'll be back here shortly. Okay, my friends, I've got to the point now where the doors, everything is insulated, everything is closed in now, except the top lid, but that's going to be the same as the roof, so that's it's at least built and ready to go. Now I'm at the point where I've got to paint the outside of this. I'm going to do the fascia board white. All the trim is white, trim around windows, all of that's all white, and then the rest is going to be this gray right here. I just went to the store and looked at all the mist tints. They're $10 a container, or a gallon. So I bought a gallon of white, just off white, which is just fine for me, and that nice gray. So that's what I'm going to paint the exterior, and yeah, I'll bring it back once it's painted, and it's going to look a lot different. Okay guys, well, I've got the main color painted now. It has 2 coats, and it's supposed to be a good exterior grade paint, so it should last for many years to come. I am still going to paint the white, or the lattice white down there, the fascia board, and all the trim. So right now I am setting up to cut all this trim. I'm using just pine, good one side, and ripping it down on my saw here, and then gonna miter the corners and get it all painted before I install it. It'd be easier to paint it while it's off, so that's the plan. So once I'll take you for a quick little walk around. Now you can kind of see it all painted. The door here is all painted and it's fully insulated and stuff too. And this side. So I think it looked really nice. Yeah, so once I get all this trim painted up and the trim all installed on there, then I'll bring you guys back and you can see kind of what the finished product looks like. I've got to finish the roof for the nesting box, which we'll get done here shortly too. And then I bought the hinges and everything to install everything, so we'll be back here shortly. Okay my friends, I've now got the outside all painted and trimmed. Got the door up and the handle on it, and it's just framed out just so that it has a lip like that you can see on the back. It's also fully insulated. The inside's now been painted. I did opt to just paint the walls and only use the plastic on the back and the front. As you can see, I still have to put 2 vents up there and finish the window and little stuff like that, but I'll take you for a walk around. And all that's done, and then I'm working on the door right now. And this is just more of this pine. I just added in a piece just to space it out on both sides, and then cut a piece of this, and now it slides up and down just great. Still have a little bit of touch-up paint to do, but the roof and everything is on that. And now we're working on closing in the pen, so I'll bring you guys back once we get to that point. Okay guys, well, I've started on the chicken run part of it. So all I'm doing is I use 2x6s, digging them down in the ground here a little bit, and I am going to backfill and have rocks, and actually a lot of these plants here are going to go along this edge here too. I have a 2-foot door. It doesn't need to be big, and then these are going to be panels of chicken wire. I'm undecided what I'm going to do for the roof. Right now I have it flat across, but I'm 6 feet tall and I just barely fit inside of there. So I may pitch the roof just a little bit so that it makes it a little easier for us to walk in there. But other than that, it's coming along pretty quick. We still got to put the chicken wire on, and I still got to finish the window in here and a couple of other small things. So once I decide on what I'm going to do with the roof, I'll bring you guys back, and we'll get the chicken wire on, and we'll pretty much finish up this series. So the guillotine door, I still have to build a ramp down here. I'm going to use pine over there, but yeah, it's coming along. So far I think I've got about just about over 400 into it. So I can't complain with that to get this large of a chicken coop. But alright, we'll check back with you soon. Okay guys, let's skip ahead a few days. I had some help here, so I had them help me just knock this out quick because the birds were coming. And so I did get the window all done and just trimmed out with some pine. And I just took it on the table saw, cut a dado into it, and put the Lexan in between. Everything is now painted. This is all pretty straightforward though. It's just 2x6s, and then I took a 2x6 and ripped it in half for all the cross members. You can see all the doors put together there, and there's chicken wire over everything, over the tops. Everything is closed up, so no animal could ever get in here, no matter how hard they try. I went all the way around the tree here. It's really hard to see on camera, and then the panels run all down this side and close everything off, and same as long as the fence. So, but yeah, everything's done now, and yeah, it's I'm pretty happy with it. I've got the guillotine door on a string, another piece of 1x12 pine with just some strips cut to climb up, and that's pretty much it, guys. The project's finally done, and yeah, so we did get our checks in, but I'm gonna save that for another video, and so please remember to subscribe, and when you do, and hit that little bell too, and the next video will be I'll show you the new chicks, and we're gonna raise these up for eggs. I will get you the actual name of the chicks and all of that, and yeah, so thanks for everybody checking out this video, and in this little series I put together of building this chicken coop. You know, relatively simple, and I think I've got about $400. I had some materials from, you know, I am a contractor, so I got a lot of materials for free, but a lot I still had to buy, and I'm still around that $400 mark. Probably about $600 if you built this yourself and had to buy all the materials. Depending on where you live, materials cost different price everywhere, right? So, but yeah, anyways, I will talk to you guys all soon, and please remember to subscribe, and as always, if you can click that thumbs up button, it would be greatly appreciated. Have a good day.